Hey everybody, it's Linda of Mackie Photography and the Eloquent Entrepreneur, and today is Q&A Monday, and it's where I get to answer any of your questions that you may have around thriving in your business, how you can make a difference in the world, getting you started on your passion project, whatever questions that you have that I could potentially help you with. As a photographer, a makeup artist, and with a husband who's a videographer, I can really help you in those areas. And so one of the questions that I had recently was, how can we, now that we're all on screen, we're doing Zoom calls, we're doing webinars, we're doing videos like this, how can we really look our best on camera? And so I'm going to do my best to answer that from a technical standpoint and also from a, from a physical standpoint. As a makeup artist and stylist, I guess, for some of my branding shoots that I do. And I also have the wisdom of my husband, who's a videographer, so he's given me some tips to share with you as well. So first of all, from a technical standpoint, obviously you're going to be using your computer or your smartphone to film yourself, and so you can find out all the different apps that you can use for that. I'm currently using my computer to film myself using QuickTime because I'm on a Mac. But there's all sorts of applications that you can use to film yourself. But what I want to talk about is, okay, you're filming yourself, how can you really look your best? So right now I am basically centered on the screen, which is great for Zoom calls and videos where you're speaking directly to your audience and you want to connect on a kind of more personal level. I'm also at eye level. This is really, really important. I see a lot of people filming themselves from way above and from way below. It's really, really disconcerting for the viewer, and it's not very flattering for you. So I highly recommend having your camera either at eye level or slightly above, and also make sure there's a bit of room above your head just to give a more natural feeling to your look and also to the environment you're in. And the other thing you can do is maybe to be a little bit off-centered, take advantage of the rule of thirds. That's a compositional term that we use in photography. It's a little bit more flattering. This is often used for interviews where you see people being interviewed. Sometimes you see both the people in the shot and then they flip back and forth to the interviewer and the interviewee, and it's just really flattering. It just makes it a little bit more interesting and flattering for each of the people speaking. And sometimes they're not looking at the camera, sometimes they're looking at the person who's interviewing them versus looking right at the camera. So depending on the type of video, if you want to connect to the person who's actually viewing your video like I am right now, I want to look into the camera as much as possible. And this is another thing maybe to be aware of, because all the different devices are different, so their camera is positioned differently. So I want you to feel like I'm looking at you, so I am not looking at myself. If I look at myself, which is I am right now, I'm not looking at you. But if I look slightly above or directly at the camera, it feels more like I'm looking at you, like we would be having a normal conversation in real life. So those are compositionally important points to remember. Now, lighting is really, really important, and I see a lot of people using natural light, which is great if you don't have artificial light, which I'll get into in a second. If you don't have any lights, I would recommend positioning yourself in front of a window using natural light, but use some kind of sheer white fabric or a shower curtain or something just to soften the light a little bit, because sometimes the window light can be a little bit too harsh on our face, and we definitely don't want to shoot when we have direct sunlight coming in, because it can be really, really harsh and create shadows and just unflattering. It's very unflattering. But if you have an artificial light, I highly recommend getting a ring light. If you do a lot of videos, a ring light is basically a light, and it's shaped in the form of a ring, and you can put your iPhone in the middle. It has a little clamp that you can put your iPhone in, and you can film yourself, and it creates this really nice even light. I am not using a ring light right now. I am using a hack. It is a rope light, which you can get at any, I think, like Costco or Best Buy or store like that. But it basically looks like this. I actually was going to go buy, I am buying a ring light, but I decided, well, I can use this in the meantime. It's actually the light that I use at my makeup station for my makeup artists when they do makeup for my clients. And it just creates a nice even light, and it's I believe it's daylight balance, so it's balanced to outside daylight. And and it just creates a nice halo in my eye and or in the person's eye, and it's quite flattering. And so that was one thing I would recommend. I'm also using, just as a little kick, it just adds a little bit of more three-dimensional feel. So it's not like flat light that you would get from a window or just using your ring light. So this one is a constant light. You can get this again at Best Buy. I think I got this at Best Buy. It's by Aperture. There's all sorts of brands out there. And with these lights, you can actually adjust the brightness and the color temperature. So right now I am matching this light to my rope light so that the color temperature is more or less the same. My husband also set up another light beside me, which is the same one, but it's on a stand, and it's creating kind of the natural sunlight look that might be coming through the window right now. So this is, a little bit more of an elaborate setup, but it depends on how much you want to do. I mean, it just creates a really more professional look. But for those of you who are, new to this, or you just want to keep things simple, I would get a ring light or a rope light, and that will work just fine. So from a physical standpoint, as a makeup artist, I always highly recommend for women that they do put a bit of makeup on. It just helps to, sometimes the light can really wash you out. So if you just add a little pop of lipstick or eyeshadow or mascara or even blush, it just really helps you to stand out in the video and really show your best features, and so the light just doesn't blow you out, it doesn't wash you out. And I see that a lot, and I know there's a lot of people out there that don't wear makeup, and that's totally cool. I mean, I think that you can create a natural makeup, and if you need help with that, please hit me up, because I do offer makeup lessons, and I have video tutorials that I can help you with creating a really natural look without looking like you have a lot of makeup on. I have a bit of makeup on today. I just have a little bit of blush. I have a little bit of lip color. I have a tiny bit of eyeshadow. I don't wear a lot of makeup myself, so but I know that in video, when you're using lights, or even like window lights, can sometimes wash you out and make you look, I don't know how to describe it, just kind of blown out, and your features get a bit lost. So I would really recommend just doing a little bit of makeup, and it also, if you have any shine, it helps to cut the shine on the video. If you have like a little greasy skin or whatever, that helps a lot with that. And wardrobe wise, I mean, I really say just stick to your brand. What colors look great on you. I would just avoid any kind of crazy patterns, logos, anything that's really distracting, because we want the viewer to see you. As you can see, I'm wearing a t-shirt that's really standard for my brand. I like wearing t-shirts. I like keeping things simple. I'm a timeless classic kind of person. So really it's all about just sticking to your brand, but just making sure there isn't anything really distracting that people are going to be like focused on instead of listening to what you have to say. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please send them my way. I'd love to post videos answering your questions. And if you have any helpful tips that I haven't covered today, please feel free to put them in the comments. And I'd love to hear your feedback. How you're enjoying the group, and if there's any suggestions or ways to make it better. And also, if you'd like to be a guest on my Eloquent Entrepreneur video interview series, I would love to hear from you. If you go to my website at lindamackie.ca and click on the Eloquent Entrepreneur tab and connect and fill in the form, I would love to hear from you and hear your story. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Bye for now.